Alright everyone, and welcome back to the studio. This is ITTR broadcasting from the Woodsdale MMS Central Broadcasting Center for the GSM recap on MMS. The November 2022 GSM has relatively few, albeit interesting topics. But first, we have our usual conductor candidates. We have 5 candidates in the 5th round of the conductor applications, but only one, Alpha DS, was promoted to conductor. You can see the breakdown of the votes on the screen and on the official results page. The rest of the candidates were Bingu 0, Radiant Ranger 26, Worski, and Fork 07. Congratulations to Alpha DS, our newest conductor. Starting off our community changes this time are some changes to the moderator nomination process. Since the conductor rank was implemented, World Edit no longer became a staff exclusive feature. Add to that just the simple difficulty of submitting a nomination, and just the lack of good candidates for moderator led to very few such nominations being submitted in the last 6 months. To improve the process of moderator nominations and hopefully get more of them in, Skellies Umperman proposed these changes to the process, which were approved in a private vote after the GSM. Moderator candidates no longer need 2 nominations, but rather a single nomination where 2 or more players have collaborated on. Moderator candidates no longer need 2 nominations, but rather a single nomination which 2 or more players have collaborated on. These nominations should have at least 1 piece of testimonial or evidence from each collaborator. These new changes will be trialed for 3 months starting from December, and will be reviewed next year in February. Moving on to the discussion of the merger of media announcements and media discussion, as well as event announcements and event discussion, which had been on the radar for more than a year already. In this GSM, it has been finally decided that they will not be merged, likely due to the fact that hardly anyone is making use of the new threads feature in Discord for these cases, and instead resorting to the discussion channels like normal. Meanwhile, It's Not Jasper had proposed to allow spectator mode for guests. This can be useful for media purposes, such as recording your player with an alt account without having to use the replay mod. As it has been assessed that granting guests the ability to go into spectator mode does not create many issues, mainly due to their inability to break or place blocks, this has been approved. Finally, we have new Christmas ranks for the coming holiday season. There were many suggestions on these ranks, but the staff have decided to go with Simon Scholars, apparently themed Coca-Cola ranks. These rank names range from Tourist to Snowboarder, Ski Lift, Zamboni, Polar Express, Coca-Cola Truck, and finally Sleigh Ride for Frumple. The full list of ranks can be seen on the screen. If you're lucky, Frumple could also run through the whole ranked list if you ask him to, though don't expect him to do it with this list being public. Do make sure to enjoy the new ranks. It's time for the transport projects. First up, a proposal by 7D to expand Peacopolis International Airport. This airport is meant to serve 3 towns, notably Peacopolis itself, Tedville, and Liston, and will be expanded to about 47% of the combined city space. However, this was rejected because Liston was owned by Autobus 22, a banned player. The staff was unable to accept the approval from Autobus for the expansion, and hence 7D will need to repropose this with an IAT for Liston. Finally, a new road, the B488 proposed by Radiant Ranger 26. This road will connect Marblegate to Richville, passing through Avondale via an already existing road. It also passes by the A4, though it's not stated if it will interchange with it, and the town of Bronte. This has been approved. We have only one inactive asset transfer this GSM of the town of Islington. Mojang 1014 proposed this IAT as it, shown in blue on this map, is a very nearby town to Deadbush shown in red. He plans to integrate the town within Deadbush. This transfer has been approved. There is one new MRT line proposal. It's the second phase of the Union Line proposed by Simon Scholar, because apparently it wasn't long enough. The first phase of the line took it from the new northern terminus of the Zephyr Line east all the way to Mountbatten. The second phase will extend it from Mountbatten all the way down to East Mesa, passing by the towns of Marcillac, Nashville, and Encinitas. It will have a station on a mushroom island, which will not be claimable, and will have a few interchanges for the future extension of the Northern Line. This extension was approved, adding an additional 25 stations to the line if the Mushroom Island station is approved. Finally, a proposal by Frog to shift the MRT tracks between NE17 Rincon District Station and NE18 Titsensaki Station underground. As the start of an existing tunnel is very nearby, just after NE18, shifting the tunnel portal just one station forward would not affect the operation of the MRT. Shifting the tracks underground would allow for better redevelopment of the densely built early areas of Titinsaki. This has been approved. And that's it for this GSM. Yes, I did promise to release this video a week earlier than it did, but completely forgot that I was attending Anime Festival Asia, so it was shifted to this week instead. Anyway, the Lex ISM recap will be out next week hopefully, and it may possibly be for the last ever ISM, as the staff will determine if they are necessary or not. Thank you for watching. This is HiTech TR, signing out from the HiTech TR on Twitch MRT Media Studio. This has been a GSM recap on MMS.